As we reported earlier, O.J. Simpson could soon walk free from a Nevada prison. Simpson was convicted in 2008 of armed robbery, kidnapping, and other charges after attempting to retrieve sports memorabilia at a Las Vegas hotel. Today, he will go before a parole board to ask for his release. But it was the 1995 murder trial that cemented Simpson's place in American history. The football phenom turned movie star was accused of murdering ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman.
The Washington Post writes, quote, O.J. Simpson's story represents one of the most dramatic falls from grace in the history of American pop culture. Attorney Carl Douglas was part of Simpson's Dream Team defense during the 1995 murder trial. He is joining us live from Los Angeles. So let me ask you first, do you think that we're going to hear a release today from the parole hearing?
I think so, really. He had a parole hearing in 2013, and he was granted parole on 7 of the 12 charges. Since then, he's been a model prisoner. There have been no write-ups, so there's no reason for me to think that he won't be paroled today as well.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think this case, what in particular made it so striking to the American public who became obsessed with it?
This has really been the perfect storm of all things that fascinate Americans. First, it was a crime drama. There probably are more crime networks and crime shows on than any other type of show. Second, it was celebrity indeed. And we Americans have always been fascinated by celebrity. And then you have to throw in as well the energizer of race. When those 3 components were thrown together, clearly it struck a chord with many Americans.
Carl, do you ever think that O.J. Simpson will speak to what happened?
I'm not sure, Charlie, that he'll ever speak to what happened in 1994, but he may well talk about things that were going on from his most recent conviction in Nevada.
But that's not what people want to hear. They want to hear his version of...
I don't think he'll ever really give a sit-down concerning that. He was acquitted of those charges. That probably is a part of his past. And while there'll always be a fascination about that, I don't think I would ever see him sitting down and discussing that even now.
Simpson received a maximum sentence of 33 years in connection with the Vegas hotel robbery. And some say that that was payback for his acquittal in the 1994 double murder case. Do you agree with that?
I do. I am one of those that think certainly there was connection, although the judge would deny it from the sentence that was given as well as what happened in Los Angeles. You got to understand, the verdict in that case was 13 years to the day, October 3rd, that there was the verdict in the Los Angeles trial. The 33-year sentence mirrored the $33.5 million that was the verdict against him in the civil trial. I don't think that was a coincidence, and I think it was really a tragedy that he was punished for what happened in Los Angeles.
Do you still talk to O.J. Simpson?
I haven't had a chance to talk with him for more than 10 years. The last time that I saw O.J. was at Johnny Cochran's funeral in April 2005. One of the speakers there had asked anybody who had ever been represented by Johnny to stand up. I looked to the church to my right, and there was O.J. Simpson, and a few rows away was Michael Jackson standing as well. It was a scene to remember.
Carl, do you think at the time of the trial there was much written and said, about how different communities, whether the African-American community or other communities, saw him? Is there a difference today how different communities see O.J. Simpson?
I think, Charlie, that the distinction between the opinions of the white community and the black community are far closer today, 22 years later, than they were in 1995. I dare say that I would suspect that probably a majority of African Americans would probably believe that O.J. Simpson was responsible for the 2 deaths, though those numbers were far smaller back 22 years ago.
We were speaking with Ricky Kleeman earlier, our legal analyst, and she said that O.J. Simpson still has plenty of money. He has a huge pension.
My understanding is, yes, that he gets $25,000 a month from his pension with the NFL. And I think there is another pension as well that he gets from the Screen Actors Guild. So I hope that he has used and saved that money well, and he won't be strapped for cash when he's released in October if he's granted parole today.
Yeah, Ricky said it's a pension that could be worth about $25 million, and that is protected from the Goldmans.
Yes, it is. Those pensions are protected under Florida law, so they cannot be attached for paying back the proceeds of the verdict against him.
What do you expect he will do with his life as a free man if he is released? He's 70 years old.
He's 70 years old now. I think O.J., the first thing he's going to want to do, if he's able to be paroled to Nevada, to Florida, which was his home, he is first, I'm sure, going to reconnect with his family. He's the father of 4 children. I suspect he'll seek a little female attention, and then he'll return to his greatest passion, which is golf. It's 70 years, and I'm not sure if his body will portray him, but I think for sure he's going to want to be back and be an active role at handling golf.
Carl, after all these years, is there one question you wish you could answer about O.J. Simpson?
You know, I probably have all the answers, Charlie, to all the questions that I've had over 22 years. I've had more than enough time to rack my brain, and there's not really one question that I haven't asked of O.J. that I want to ask him today.
All right.
All of them.
Yeah. All right.
For sure.
All right, Carl Douglas, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.